Hey everyone, our objective in math today is to show and say time using hours and minutes. And we're going to do it with a couple of different clocks. Let me show you what I mean. So far, this chapter, we've been focusing on the clock that, believe it or not, you don't have around your house. You know, you might have one of these hanging on the wall. I know we have one of them in the classroom. But it's not the clock you see the most often. When you look at your stove or your phone or your tablet, you're going to see hours and minutes written with a digital clock most of the time, right? So it's good to be able to read both tools and see that they're doing the same job. One is just a little bit more modern and one is a little bit more old-fashioned, right? It's good to know both. So this one has the hours in front of two dots on top of each other. Those dots are called a colon. Right? So it's hours separated minutes. When you look at an analog clock, there is no colon. The way to think about it is the red hand is doing the job of the hours, and then the blue hand is doing the job of the minutes. Okay? So there is kind of separation because you have two hands for two different things. So if you want to know the hour, look at the little hand and look where it lands. Look at that. Wow, I should definitely do that in red. The hour lands right there. It's not 7. It's 6 something. All of this is 6's yard. So it's left the house. It's moving toward the 7. It's not quite there. It's about halfway there. So I know it's, 6:30 something is my guess. Just from looking at that red number. So there's my hour. Then there's that separated colon. And then there is the blue. Now, for the blue, you can't use the number. It's not 6, 7. It's not. That 7 is for the hour hand. What you're looking for is you're looking way down at the bottom here for the tiny little number. And in this clock, it doesn't even have the numbers around, so you have to count for them. So if I counted these little ticks around the clock, there'd be 5, 10 ticks, 15, 20, 25, 30. I kind of remember that one. 30 is a good spot to remember. 31, 32, 33, 34, 35. So that's how these two different tools are doing the same job. Okay? Take a look at this one. There's where the hour hand is pointing. Still in 6's yard. It's still 6 something, so that's easy. I got that part. Then it's separated by that colon, which is like two dots on top of each other. And then you have your blue hand. And your blue hand is pointing way past the 9 all the way out to here. You have to count all the dots around to see how many minutes have passed. This happens to be 35, 40, 45 minutes passed. So if I was to say these times, and that's one of the things you're going to be asked to do today, is you start over on this side and you say the hour first, and then you say the minutes. So you're going to say 6:35, 6:45, saying both the hours and the minutes on the clock. So if we were in class now, I'd point at one of you and I'd ask you to say this time. So let's say it together. 4:05. That's what most people would say. They would say 05. 4:05. How about this one over here? 10:40. 10:40. Your turn. 2:15. Yeah, 2:15. 5:04. 5:04. Good job. So you're going to see both kinds of clocks today. You're also going to have time change. Again, time passes in a lot of our problems. So you're going to look at the first clock, maybe try to figure out what it's doing. Let's see, it's 3 something. I know it's 3 something, but what is it? It's not 3:05. It's 5, 10, 15, 20, 20. 3:25 in the first clock. But now it's changed. It's still 3. But the minute hand, in this case, moved from here to here. So we have 5 more minutes. So instead of 25 minutes, it's straight up and down. So we have 3:30. You're going to have to do that when you get a clock. Read the clock, figure out the hours and the minutes, and then work out what's happened. How much time passes? In this case, it was 5 minutes. How much time is going to pass in this one? Pause the video. Check it out. Definitely 3:45. This one is still 3, though it's getting so close to 4. I know that's a big number back there. This is actually 3:55. So instead of just jumping 5 minutes on the clock, this jumped 10 minutes past. And then the last thing I'm going to talk to you about here is you're going to have some clocks that are missing one of the hands, or in some case, they're going to be missing both of the hands. Use different colors. That's going to help me understand what you're doing. And try to, I know it's on the tablet, I know it's tricky, but try to be precise. Okay? So 3:30. 3:30 is 3:30. So I always like to know where I'm aiming, and then I'll come back here and I'll aim for that dot, right? I'm going to make my hour hand short, and then when it's time to make the 30, the minute hand, I am going to make it long. So Mr. W can see which one you intend to be the hour and which one you want to be the minute. It would help me a lot if you used color. If we were in class, I would make you. 8:20. All right, so 8 is going to be a little bit after the 8, right? Because 20 minutes or so past. So I'm going to aim over there, the little hand. And then 20, 5, 10, 15, 20. I got to aim right over here. One of them short, one of them long. Hour, minute. You can practice on this one, and I gave you a whole bunch of fun ones that you have to say. Okay, so this first page, I've gotten rid of the writing in Seesaw, and I just want you to read the time to me. So you're just going to use the microphone tool, which is awesome, and you're going to say the time on the clock. That's a fun, easy page for you. Then you're going to tell me how much time this show, or just write the time. Hours and minutes. Pretty straightforward. If I did this one down here, probably the trickiest one. It almost looks like it's on that 3, but it's not. It's still 2. It's 2 something, and the something is 55 because it's almost all the way around the clock. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55. So that's why it almost looks like it's 3 o'clock, because it is really close. It's 5 minutes before 3. That's a tricky one. The rest of these I think you'll have an easy time with. And then this is the last page when you're working on the hands. Remember, I don't even think I gave you all 4 of these or all 6 of these. I think I just drew the line right about here. But try to make your work clear and be as precise as you can. Thanks, everybody. I think I have a fun math game for you on the next slide. Good luck.